Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I achieve this look. Half of it is with high-end products and then half of it is with drugstore. Let me know down in the comments which side you think is drugstore and which side you think is high-end. I kind of just sat down and I didn't know what I was going to film, so I love the way the look turned out. And then this lip color is actually two different colors that I use. One is high-end, one is drugstore, and it looks like an exact dupe. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you're interested in seeing how I created this look, please keep watching. So first, starting off, I am going to go ahead and use these two palettes that I have. The Anastasia one is super pigmented. The Colourpop, you kind of have to work with it a little bit more. But if you compare the colors, they both have pretty warm colors. This side, my good side, I'm going to use my high-end products. So starting off, I'm going to prime my eyelid. And I'm using the Mercier on my right side. And I don't normally go in with a primer, so translucent powders always work for me. Then on the side I'm using the RCMA powder. I just put it in a little jar. I'm going to start off with raw sienna in my crease. And I'm just slowly building up this color. It's easier for me to blend it out if I just start with a small amount. When I first started doing makeup, I would start with a ton on my brush and I would just never get really blended out eye look. So now I go in with a light hand and build it up, and it's easier for me to blend it out that way. My mom has her own company, so I kind of popped in today to grab some supplies, and my grandma was there, and I don't see her that often, but it feels like every time I see her, she's like, "Are you hungry? Did you eat yet?" She was like, "Come over to my house and I'll make you food." And the thing is, like, my grandma doesn't speak a lot of English. Like, the only word she knows is, "How are you?" Like, if she says, "How are you?" and you respond to her, she's not going to be able to say anything back because she has no idea what you're saying. And then I am using a Swisspers instant brush cleaner. It's kind of just like a foam pad, and if I swirl my brushes, it kind of gets a lot of the excess powder off of it. So now I'm going into my Colourpop palette and I'm using this light brown color. Ever since I started doing these videos, I've been so much more talkative. I just feel like I've never been that much of a talkative person, but like, no one wants to watch videos of someone doing their makeup in complete silence. So now I've been like talking to myself more. Like, I'll be in my bed on my phone and just like whispering things to myself, and Brandon will be like, "Can you please go sleep or like not talk?" And then I'm just picking up some burnt orange on my high-end side just to warm it up a little bit more so that they match each other. Picking up more of that Colourpop. And then I'm going to go in with a smaller, denser brush, and I'm just going to go in with Cypress Umber. Just kind of pat this in the outer corner. I kind of like my eyeshadows to be packed closer to my eyelid. I just find that it's more of a flattering look for my eye. So I'm going in with that first brush just to kind of blend out the edges. And then I'm cleaning off that brush and going in with this darker color in the Colourpop palette. See, the only thing about this Colourpop palette is all of these colors are super, super warm. This side is the Anastasia palette, and then this one is a Colourpop. And all these colors are just all a lot warmer. And now I picked up a little bit more on the brush and I'm packing it closer to my lash line, just like I did on the other side. This side, I'm going to try to warm it up a little bit more, so I'm picking up the tiniest amount of Real Gar, and then I'm just going to run it through the outer corner just to warm it up a little bit. Even it out a lot more, if you can tell. A new clean blending brush and use that to blend out the edges. I'm just going to use my finger and pick up Primavera. Clean blending brush and blend out those edges. And then go in with the Master Chrome on my other eye and pat that in. Except this Maybelline one is a little bit warmer, and I think I like the color of the warmer gold better. So I'm going to go back in and blend out the edges. And then I'm actually going to go in with my ABH Glow Kit. I'm going to pick up Golden Bronze, just a little bit of it, and just pat that on to kind of warm it up a little bit. Yeah, girl. I'm going to use a smaller brush, again, that I used, and pick up a little bit more of the raw sienna. Just put a little bit more color in my crease. And then go back in with that, with my crease color on the other side. I'm going to go in with a makeup wipe and just kind of clean up So I went ahead and curled my lashes off camera, but I'm going to go in my high-end side. And I'm going to use the Benefit's They're Real mascara. And then on the other side, the Maybelline the Falsies. I'm going in with Maybelline Big Shot Colossal. And I was actually sent this mascara from Influencer, and I really love this mascara. And I am actually a huge drugstore mascara girl, so let me know if you guys would like to see a video on my favorite drugstore mascaras. I've tried almost all of them. We'll do our face. Okay, so first going in on my high-end side, I'm going to be using my Hourglass Primer. And then on my other side, I'm going to go in with the Ordinary Primer. These two aren't super similar, but the finish of them is pretty similar. This one feels a little bit more silicone-y, but the effect that they have on like the long wear of my makeup is pretty similar, I'd say. So we're just going to let that soak in for a little bit, and then I'm going to be going in with my Giorgio Armani Maestro foundation on the side. I have the color 4.5, which is a little bit light for me, but we'll see if we can warm it up. So this is 4.5, pretty light. And then I have the Maybelline Fit Me in 220. So the Maybelline one is a little bit more tanner, so I'm gonna be going in with my Maestro with my Black Beauty blender. Then my if you don't know me, I'm like the most clumsiest person ever, so that is a regular thing for me. I'm actually gonna put it on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna go straight into it with my beauty blender. Yeah, this color is a little bit light for me. Like you can see a line. Someone was asking me how I prefer to blend out my foundation. I like to use actually a brush and a sponge. I feel like a sponge sometimes takes a little bit too long, but I like the effect that it has on my skin. So usually I'll go in with like a buffing brush and buff it into my skin, and then go in with a sponge to blend out the edges. And then on the other side, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me, and then I'm using a L'Oreal sponge for the side. This color, I use 220. It's like perfect. So that is what both sides look like. The finish of the foundations are pretty similar. The Giorgio Armani looks like it's a little bit more matte. Overall, pretty close match. And I'd say the two of these foundations wear pretty similarly too. So the only two concealers that I have, these two aren't very similar, but they're both my go-tos. Just go in a little bit with this light medium. And then on this side, I'm going in with the shade 25 and 20. And you see how this color is just a little bit more peachy, so that's why I like to go in with a lighter shade. Just lighten it up a little bit. I also have been wanting to try a new sponge. I had an old Real Technique sponge that I was using for the last like 2 years, and I finally threw it out because I went in to wash it today and I was squeezing it, and it felt like there was something like a hard bar in the middle of it, which is disgusting because it probably just like dried makeup that just like accumulated over the years and was never cleaned thoroughly. Maybe I'll cut it open. Maybe I'll save it for one of my videos and cut it open, but I cut open one of my L'Oreal sponges and it was like super satisfying because there was like a ring of like gunk. Anyways, what I was saying was I have been wanting to try like a new sponge. I just love finding good drugstore dupes, but I've been wanting to try the LA Girl Flower Beauty one. I heard was really good. And the Morphe sponge someone recommended to me. Maybe I can do a drugstore or battle of the sponges video or something like that. Yeah, so once the concealer is blended in, it actually looks pretty good on both sides. Clean up my lippy. I'm going to go in and set. So on this side, I'm going to be using my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Also, when I'm setting my under eye, if I get too close to this area, it starts to look super cakey, so I don't pack the powder as close to my under eyes. And then on the other side, going in with my RCMA powder. And then I'm just going to go ahead and set my laugh lines, side of my nose, and then just pack it into my pores. And then I also will go in with a smaller brush and powder this area just because I get oily there. Brush out that. Go in, pat some more powder around my nose area. It smells so good. Wow, I look white. And to powder the rest of my face. On this side, I'm going to be using my Lancome powder. And this powder is a little bit darker than my skin tone, so it's nice because it kind of brings back the color to my face. On the other side, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me. This one's one of my favorite powders from the drugstore. Now I'm going to go in with contour. My favorite part. I'm going to use these two palettes, the Shade and Light and the Pixie. This Pixie one is one of my favorites actually, and the colors in it are super good. The Shade and Light palette, the colors are a little bit too cool to bronze with, so I'm actually going to use my Bahama Mama. Bronze up the face. I just got a new ring light. I used it for my fire eye makeup look, and I had like a warm filter on it, and now I've replaced it with a just a white one so that the colors are more true. But with that filter on, I feel like I couldn't really tell how dark my bronzer and contour was, and it just looked like I didn't have that much on, so I kept applying more and more and more. And right after I filmed that video, I went to the mall with Brandon, and I was in the fitting room trying on clothes, and I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh! It just looked like I went ham bronzer and contour. I felt so disrespected because I was like, Brandon, you weren't gonna tell me. Hello. I had a photo shoot with a photographer for my business card, and I always have such an issue with my baby hairs. You can't really tell right now because it's been a couple days since I washed my hair, so I feel like the grease is holding my baby hairs in place. I like showed up to take pictures in his studio, and he like looked at me, and then he went to go grab a bottle of hairspray, and he was like, here. He was like, did you stick your head out the window? Or, and I was like, no dude, I blow dried my hair. I'll spend 2 hours on my makeup and then not touch my hair. And then next I'm gonna go into my Shade and Light palette. I'm gonna pick up this cool toned middle color and then just lightly contour. Lightly. And then I like to hit this area, like, I don't know like why I'm balding. So I'll actually pick up this darker color and then just pack it in that area. On the other side, I'm going to pick up this cool toned shade on the same brush. And then pick up the darker color for this area up here. And then switching over to my Shade and Light and then just hitting this jawline. I'm just going to pick up this middle shade again from the Shade and Light and just slightly brush it along my nose. Yesterday I came home and one of my good friends was over. He was visiting and he goes, Christine, your YouTube videos are so funny. And I don't know why, but that just made my whole entire day, because he's a guy. Like, I feel like not a lot of guys are watching my YouTube videos. I just thought it was the cutest thing that he said that my videos were so funny, and I was like, thanks. I love you. Are you subscribed? I'm gonna go in with a blush. So I'm using this Bobbi Brown Peach blush. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit on my e.l.f. blush brush and just, well, that was a lot. Warm up my face. On the other side, I'm gonna pick up some of this Milani Luminoso. No. Rose d'Oro. And it's pretty similar to the one in the Pixie palette. Oh my gosh, kind of. So this one is the Milani. Help. So this one is the Milani, this one is Pixie. So the Milani one is a little bit darker. I'm going to pick up some of this Milani one on the other side of this blush brush. I'm going to go in with highlight. On the high-end side, I'm going to be using my ABH Glow Kit. And I'm going to be tapping into Golden Bronze, Dripping Gold, and Bubbly. Come down the center of my nose. And then I'm going back in and taking... And then on this side, I'm going to be going in with my Master Chrome. I feel like this highlight feels so high-end. The creamy, it's so blendable and pigmented. I reach for this blush like almost more than I do a lot of my high-end. So that's what the face looks like. on both sides. Next, we are going to go in with setting spray. So I have two really good dupes for you guys. The Urban Decay All Nighter and the Milani Make It Last. These two are very similar. I feel like they both make my makeup stay on all day. And the spray of the Milani one, like low-key, was better than the Urban Decay spray. But now that I'm running so low, it kind of spits at me a little bit, but it's okay. I've forgiven. And then on this side, see, it spits. There you go. I'm just going to go in with my sponge and kind of blend that. And then lastly, I'm going to go in and finish my under eyes. I'm just picking up this cool tone color in my Pixie palette. The other side, my Shade and Light palette, that middle color. I've just always preferred using a bronzer and contour color on my lower lash, and I just feel like a cooler color down here suits me. And then last but not least, I have a lip color for you guys. I'm going in with the MAC Spirit. And then on this side, I'm going to be going in with my NYX lipstick in Snack Shack. Look how close in color that is, you guys. You can't even tell a difference. The only thing is the NYX one is a little bit more satin feeling, and then the matte one is a little bit more matte. And I don't have high-end lashes to dupe for you guys, but I just appreciate eye looks that don't require lashes. So you could totally leave the look just like this, but I have these Salon Perfect lashes. These ones are really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these on, and I will be right back. Okay, so I just put on the lashes, and this is the finished look. Alright, you guys, so that is the finished look that I created using half high-end, half drugstore. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure you like this video, and I will be posting a new video every week, so make sure you subscribe so you never miss another one. And then also make sure you follow my social media. I'll be posting it down below in the description box, and I will see you in the next video.